Compu- Okay. Click if you want to switch to a different. Okay, well it should be working. All right. Test, test, test. Yeah. I believe it's working. Anyways, like I just said, I am not going to be looking at the camera the whole time in today's call. However, it's going to be a really good one because I'm actually showing you how I am watching my stocks now, how I'm watching trades, and all of that on the desktop. So I showed you last week on my phone when I still trade on my phone at times. I was literally doing some trading while I was getting my pedicure not that long, a few hours ago. So I want you to know that as you know, get to know the market more, as you start playing and practicing more, you can upgrade to multiple monitors if you want, just like I have, or you one monitor or two monitors, or you can just play around with it. Play around with it. Know that this is not the end. You guys, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So I want to celebrate first and foremost for the completion of this experience because after today's call, this is it. This round of fast trading is officially completed and we are celebrating the shit out of it. And I want you to do something to celebrate yourself. Okay, seriously, I was just dancing my ass off before this. I actually shared inside of my stories. And you guys, my masterclass coming up, Magnetize Money, we are going to be dancing to kick it off. And we are popping the Lamborghini champagne to celebrate 50K in the market and not just for me, but your expansion. All right. I don't want you to just focus on the short term. I want you to focus on the long term game. Where could you be 1 year from now if you plugged in and continue to get better, practicing and playing, not letting the fear of losing money stop you, not letting your emotions stop you, not letting what he and she is doing stop you? This is seriously fucking gold. You guys, the market is gold. There's always FUD circulating, you guys. There's always fear and uncertainty and doubt, no, regardless of what you're fucking doing. Think about how much money you have invested in yourself, invested in your business, invested in XYZ. Even shit that doesn't give you an ROI at all. Think about all the fucking things that you spend money on, right? Now, I'm teaching you how to maximize your money, how to magnetize more money, how to fucking love holding larger amounts of money and playing with more money. This has shifted everything for me, and I am just so fucking excited. Testing. Oh my God, you guys, I'm having issues with the sound. It should be working now. Now I see that it's working, but the computer audio for some reason is not fucking working. And my Bluetooth, my headphones are not working. And of course, my son was using this microphone last night. So yeah, I hope it doesn't die again, because if it does, I'm gonna have to plug it in for a few minutes throughout this to finish the call. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical issues. So just a little, before we dive into charts, I want to first and foremost remind you once again that you get lifetime access to this experience, and I'm going to be adding, instead of the Facebook group, and if you guys want these modules, let me know and send me just send me a private message, and because I can email them all to you, so you just have them instead of like looking up into our Facebook Messenger chat. But instead of the Facebook group moving forward, we are going to have the Messenger chat. I'm going to still keep that just for like reminders when calls are and things like that in the future. But I'm going to be opening up a Telegram space for wealth riffs. So instead of the video format, it's going to be audio riffs. And that is just a really fun bonus. So you can just ground into the wealthiest version of yourself as you continue to expand in the market, as you just continue to grow in general in everything that you're doing. This has really allowed me to grow in other areas. So my desire for you is that this supports you to grow in other areas as well. That is a big goal of mine. Because yeah, I just really believe in the power of this, and we're going to dive in. Okay, so I have 3 screens first and foremost, so you're not going to be able to see every single screen each like at the same time, but I'm going to show you one by one, and we're going to go over some things. Okay, so let's go here. All right, so what we are looking at, you guys, we are looking at screen number 1. And let me just see how that looks to you guys. Okay, my screen. Okay, cool. I'm just kind of playing around with this because this is the first time I'm doing it on here. Super fun. And all right, let's check out RR. You guys, actually Jonah, who's in the Discord community, we've played this in the Discord several times in the past few months, and it had a dip, quite a big dip. So I got out of it and whatnot. But recently, actually today, I got in and then got back. I got out and then I got back in. And now, as you can see, I have 20 shares here, and then I have 10 shares in my IRA right now. RR had a PR yesterday where they're actually opening up a robotic coffee shop in Las Vegas. It's the first location, and there's going to be multiple locations that they're going to be opening up. So it's a really good PR. It is dipping now, but mind you, it's Friday and the market closes in an hour and 45 minutes. It's gonna probably dip a bit. I'm gonna hold through Monday regardless, and I'm most likely gonna add some more depending on what it's looking like after after hours into pre-market on Monday. And I just want to show you a few things. Okay, so first and foremost, up here is where the indicators are. All right, so right here. It's okay, so I'm looking at my screen here and here. Ha! So over here, the indicators, you guys, are right here. Okay, and this is going to look different on yours depending on where you're trading. So make sure you just go, you find the indicators and add these 3. So VWAP, the RSI, and the MACD. So the moving average convergence divergence scale. This just allows you to watch trades, in a more technical way, and it gives you a lot of indicators and signs that it's either remaining bullish, it's continuing in that bullish pattern, or it's more bearish. All right, so right now, obviously it is more bearish because it is trading well below this RSI line. You know, below 30, it's oversold though. So it's probably going to pull back up some. And right now, I mean, it still looks bullish because here's VWAP and it's trading well above that. So that is a really good signal. VWAP right here, you can look at that on your chart, but mine is, you know, it changes. So you gotta just kind of be aware of that. And as long as it's trading above that, it is a bullish sign, okay? And once again, I'm going to be holding this through Monday, regardless of what it does. I could take my profits, but it's a small position and I want to actually have more if it continues on Monday. So there's that. And so here's the MACD. This is the MACD. This is what we're watching. As it's opening up, this is a good entrance as it's opening up. But remember, as it's going higher like this, it's much higher risk. It's always much higher risk. When it's already going up and you get in, you gotta know that it's always higher risk. Okay, so this is the work. It's like always working on your entries and your exits and being able to, you know, decide, are you willing to hold? Do you want to scale your profits? Like, scale your profits if you want to scale your profits. Just take the profit. You can always re-enter and play again. As you build confidence and you scale more profits, then you're going to have a bigger risk tolerance. So even if this dips below my average, which is 279 today, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm fine with that. But you gotta play according to your own risk, remembering that always, and just using these indicators and watching or setting your stop loss. You don't need to watch all day. Like I don't watch things all day. I'll check in here and there if I'm in something, or you know, I'll set my stop loss and just take a break or just put it away for a while. And then like my large caps, you know, things that I'm in that I'm holding, I'll check in, but it's like whatever. It's just fun. It's fun to check in and to just see how things are doing, and it doesn't take a lot of time at all. So just knowing that. So now we're going to go to screen 2. We're going to go over some more plays. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's over here. All right, so I'm showing you screen 2. So HIMS, I want to talk about HIMS because I'm sad that I'm not in right now, and I have been for like all week. All week, because you guys, I've been wanting to get back into HIMS, and I've scaled my profits. I've actually made like close to, I'd say 500 on HIMS over the past year, maybe a little bit more, something like that. And this is a long-term play. The last time I scaled my profits, I did not leave any runners. I just decided to scale my profits. I'm like, well, I'll get back in. And anyways, it's been just continuing to go up. It has had dips. And remembering that there's so many plays every day and there's so many things that you could be in, that sometimes you just gotta let go of it and whatever. Like I still think there's time to get in before earnings. Earnings are the end of the month on the 24th. Let me double check just to make sure that I am correct on that. RR, or not RR, HIMS. HIMS. Okay. Yep, 224 after hours. So I'm going to be looking for, you know, I'm going to be watching it. And I do want to be in before earnings. So remembering that some of these are long-term plays that you can feel good about holding even when it dips. And that is this, in my opinion, HIMS is one of those plays. As well as Lunar. Lunar is down here. Okay, check out Lunar. Yes, it's dipping right now. It is dipping. And that's a I mean, that, like, I actually wish I had more available funds today to put into Lunar right now because the launch is coming up at the end of the month and it should run really good before the launch. And if anything goes wrong though on the launch, last year it ran up really nice prior to the launch, and then the lander was sideways. And of course, the market it dumped it. You know, there was a bunch of they took a hit, and I held all year. I should have added a bunch more shares as it dipped because it dipped to like $3, less than $3. Just imagine if my average was like $3 instead of like I've been averaging up a bit because I've been adding on, but instead of like 8 something, if my average was like 4 something. You know what I'm saying? So remembering that Lunar also has several launches planned and they have billions and billions of dollars in NASA contracts and really amazing things happening for them. So it's Friday once again, it's dipping. Um, and it could dip more before the launch. You know, there's still a few weeks left before the launch. ASTS is another stock play that we played this week inside of the Discord. There were, it flew the past 3 days and now it's dipping today. But I scalped a couple $100 off of this and I had a smaller position. So that was a big win. I mean, that was a win for me. I was excited about that. And NVIDIA up here, this is a long-term play. As we know, it has dipped quite a bit. It actually hit over 150 and then it dipped back down. I got out and got back in. I scaled actually a couple $100 in profits and then I bought back in and now my average is like 122. If you're in higher, do not worry. Do not worry. Do not stress. NVIDIA is going higher long term, okay? Top AI company in the world. It's, taking a little bit of a hit, from the 150 right now. But long-term perspective, NVIDIA is predicted to be a 5 trillion market cap by 2028. So it is worth holding and being in. Right now, I am up. So right now on it, I'm up $130. And I was actually up more yesterday because it did go higher, a bit higher, and actually it did hit 130 today, and now it's dipping back down, but I'm holding that now because I feel like that's a really good average. And, I actually want more of that anyways. So it's whatever if it dips. Lunar is dipping and I really want more, but I don't have any available funds right now until Monday. So there's that. You're gonna have those moments where you're like, ooh, I want more. And now RR is dipping a bit. It's 304 right now. And I'm wondering what it's going to close at today, but that's besides the point. All right, so these are some plays that I wanted to go over, and also I want to go over screen one. So Mogul, MGOL was a really nice runner this morning, you guys. Okay, how can I see it? Okay, I need to move this over. Okay. 1 second, I need to move. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, I need to move this screen over here so I can show you. Oh, screen 2. Okay, all right, we got it. We got it going. All right, there. All right, so this alert was this morning and we wanted it to hold 0.24 support and then break 32.5 0.3280. And as you can see, it's still trending above that. It did dip to the low right here, as you can see, 0.3459. So I actually would have been fine holding on to it, but I added on before open. So sometimes I do this. If I'm up on it, if I already scalped some profits and it's looking good into open, I'll add some, which does move your average up. Mind you, it does move your average up. So sometimes you get fucked because you're like, well, you don't want to go red on it. Really, you don't want to go red on it. Unless you're willing to hold it, which these day and momentum trades, a lot of times I would not be holding on to them, especially if there's not a strong PR backing them up, right? There was some news, but this is a penny ticker and it's not as strong. Like I would not be holding this over the weekend. So, and I shared this in my, actually on my feed today too, and in my stories, but it flew really good in pre-market and it's still holding above VWAP. So, people are still obviously playing it right now in this moment because it's moving. It's moving. A lot of things are moving still. Um, the momentum and the volume has died down, but it's still going. So that was a really nice runner today. That was one of the runners inside of the community. Oh, BBAI. Let's talk about this one because I'm not in it right now, but I was. And look at this. Look how good now it's dipping, but damn, you guys, it hit. And you can play around with your screens as well. Like you can play around with this on your desktop at whatever you're watching. Webull, I know has, you can get it on your desktop to watch charts as well, or whatever brokerage you're using. You should be able to play around with it like I am right now. And you can always look it up on YouTube. Like it'll show you exactly what to do. But as you can see, it's dipping right now, but it spiked over $9. And we were just talking about this yesterday and today. It ran 2 days ago, scalped it then, and then it dipped yesterday. And then today it dipped a little bit at open and then flew, which is exactly what I thought it was going to do. And as you can see, it's dipping now, but people are taking their profits. It's Friday. So yeah. Mistu. Mistu is a regular consistent play that I play alongside Misty. Misty I'm holding though. Misty is a long-term hold, MSTY. I do scalp it here and there. And then you receive a monthly dividend. Every single month you receive a payment for just holding your money there. So Mistu is another one that I'll just all day in momentum trade, and it follows Mr. And we can actually look here at Mr. because they trade exactly the same, like pretty damn close. As you can see, this is Mr. It's a little bit different, but for the most part, it's spot on. So, and Mr. is $337. Mistu is $924. So it's a no-brainer which one you're going to play, right? So this follows Bitcoin. It follows Bitcoin because Mr. is the company with the most Bitcoin in the world. Oh, I'm going to add you. Hello, Christy. We are going over some plays right now, but I'm happy to have you here. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties at first with my microphone because I'm on my computer. It's all good, girl. I'm happy to have you here now. So definitely check out the replay because I went over quite a bit already, but we are going over Mistu and Mr. right now. And I was just saying, Mr. is the company with the most Bitcoin in the world. And so it trends with Bitcoin. So Mistu is a play that I play consistently. I actually already played it today. I'm out of it now. But I'm out of it now. But it was a good play today. I got in at 8, My average was like 8, let me double check here. Do, do, do. Oh my gosh, it's Friday and the girls are at grandma's house today. So I actually have the whole, well, just for 2 more hours, I gotta go get them. But it's just so nice and quiet because there's literally no distractions during this call today. So that is really exciting. Normally they're really good when I have calls like this and things like that, but you never know. With a 4 and a 3-year-old, sometimes I'm on things, I'm on trainings or whatever, and then they like need something, of course, they want something to eat or something happens or they're fighting or all these things happen. Um, so I was in at 881 and I sold and I actually had my stop loss set. So this is another thing to be aware of, you guys. If you're not, if, and like I said, you don't need to be watching all of the time. That's what stop losses are for. And if you do have the time, like in pre-market or regular market, even if you just block an hour to watch, an hour to practice and play, and then you can kind of expand from there. You know what I mean? I enjoy watching. I don't even know. It's very strange. Like I never thought I would freaking love watching stocks so much, but it's so much fun for me. So I love watching. I really do. And oh my God, for sure. Mine have a half day today and they'll be running through the door any minute. Ah, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about there. Um, so my stop loss hit at 9:10, which was unfortunate because I actually had it at 9:20 and then I moved it down because I'm like, I don't want to be out of it. And then of course, oh wait, I'm looking at Mr. Okay, let's go down here to Mistu. Of course, you guys, it hit like 961 at the high. And you just never know how high it's gonna go, right? So you want to set your stop loss. If you're above your average, great, you're already in profit anyways. So on these day and momentum plays that you're playing, it's always nice to just scale those profits and then to set your stop loss at a level above your average. So you know that you're not going to lose on it, regardless of what it does, because you can always play again. So remembering that. Now it's dipping again. See, now it's already back down to 920. So, yeah. So who knows? Depending on what Bitcoin does this weekend is going to determine what Mistu is going to be like on pre-market Monday. And I will be watching this. I will be watching Mistu. SMCI. This is one that I have been talking about because I'm in SMCY, and that is a dividend stock that actually will pay out next week. I've been in since last month, and SMCI has earnings coming up next week. It is a big earnings, you guys. It's a really big one because they have to be compliant with some certain things. And if they are with their financials, if they report good financials that support them to remain compliant and all of that, it is going to go much higher. And I'm already up on SMCY. So it's in my IRA right now. So as you can see, it looks a lot different than SMCI. But I'm up $70 on that right now. And then I got the dividend last month, which paid like $2.24 a share. So I got $115 from that. Plus I had more shares in my regular account that I already scalped like around $100 on and then got the divvy. And it's going to be next week as well. So I am watching SMCI for next week because earnings are on, let me double check. SMCI. It's like I know, but I just like to double check because I just want to make sure I'm giving the right information. The 11th. So that's 9, 10, Tuesday. Tuesday after hours. Now, this could be really good. This and SMCX is the 2x play. So some of these that I talk about with the 2x tickers, I've talked about that with Meta, Nvidia, Tesla. Some of these, every single large cap company, the bigger companies, they have a 2x EFT ticker. Now, meaning that it goes double the price of that, like SMCI, for example. SMCX would move 2x the amount. So that's up or down, of course. So it is higher risk, and knowing that you can always get out if it dips more than you are comfortable with holding. You know what I mean? Like you can always just get out. Now, SMCY, it moves less, but you're guaranteed a dividend payment. So that's why some of these divvies, they do, some of them are better than others. Like they really, some of them are better than others. AMDY is sucking balls, like straight up, it is sucking. AMD has been sucking lately, and I'm in AMD. I mean, I'm losing on AMD right now. But I'm holding. I'm holding. The 5-year chart looks good. The 5-year chart, and the reason why AMD is sucking so much right now is because Nvidia and Palantir are flying. Like, Nvidia is the top AI company. I'm in Nvidia too. And then Palantir. So Palantir, I'm so sad, you guys, because I had this at $22 last year, or yeah, the beginning. This time last year, I was in Palantir at 22 bucks, and I don't know, like I scalped my profits, and then I was just seriously, I've just been like waiting this whole time and like waiting for a dip, and I could have been in it the whole time. And it's just one of those things where now it's over $100 and I'm like, fuck. It's literally been like that since like $40. Like I've been talking about it for it. And here's the truth. There's just, once again, there's so many plays. There's so many plays. You cannot be in them all. You just can't be in them all. Like you have a specific amount of money to play with, like on the day in momentum trades, and then you have a specific amount of money for your long-term investments. And then as that expands, you're going to have more opportunities. But it is what it is. There's going to be things that you want to be in that you're not in, and it's going to happen. So just get used to not letting FOMO drive you, and to know that there could be an opportunity here. Like I mean, I'm still going to be keeping an eye on Palantir, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on some bad news or like a big dip. If it goes back down to like 80 bucks, 80, 90 bucks, like that would be, I feel like, a good buy, because I do feel like this is a really good long-term investment as well, Palantir. But I'm not going to buy it here because it's been skyrocketing this since earnings. So I don't know. Once again, I'm waiting. But you know what I mean? I could be wrong as well. And it could go to 140 next week. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. That's the truth with the market, is like it's just getting better at getting in, getting out, playing the game, and loving the game. Like that is really what this is. And as you do scale more profits, I mean, it's exciting. It's an exciting way to build up your accounts. And even with my losses with like AMD, for example, I'm holding it. So remember, these large caps, I believe, I don't care if it takes 2 years. I really don't. Because at this point, I'm fucking holding strong. And I do believe long term AMD is going higher. Right now, it's getting hammered. It's because people are, the bears circulating FUD, making people fearful. People are afraid to get in AMD right now because there's been a lot of shitty, not so great news. They did beat expectations on earnings, but not like Nvidia. Like, you know what I mean? Nvidia normally blows it out of the water. and AMD is like barely, it's like a little bit beat. So they need something. They need a major catalyst. And when that happens, so funny because it doesn't actually take a long time to charge these. Like it should be good now for the rest of the call, hopefully. Um, but yeah, I don't know why it's not working like the regular computer audio. Like in the
I can
beginning of
hear
this
you.
call,
It's
you're gonna
good.
see me like struggling to figure it out as well because I'm like, is the computer audio working? I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, because when you're on Zoom, it shows you that like you can tell when the audio is working. But oh, that's so funny. So I was just kind of going off on a riff about just I don't know, just everything. Um, so yeah, so Palantir once again, it's like yeah, and there's gonna be so many plays where you're just like, and oh yeah, I was talking about losses. It's not a loss until you take a loss on it. Remembering that. Now, the day and momentum trades, please do not be holding these. These are fast money wins. That's what I call them. So earlier in this call, I did say that I was going to be holding RR through the weekend, which I am. I only have 30 shares though, so I'm willing to take that risk. If I had a larger position, if I had like 200 shares, I would be getting out right now because it's dipping. It's like $3 right now, and it was like 326 not that long ago. And it's Friday. A lot of the times people are taking profits for the weekend. They'll come back on Monday fresh. All right. So not a lot of traders are day traders and that's it. So just knowing that, um, and so losses. It's not a loss. You got to get used to, especially on like large caps, like if you're in higher on Nvidia, for example, or Lunar. I know I talked about Lunar earlier, or some of these longer term trades. it's okay if it's dipping in the short term. You know what I mean? Like you got to really focus on the long-term perspective with the large caps. Um, which AMD, that's exactly what I'm focused on. Like it's not affecting my energy knowing that I'm down on AMD because I'm thinking 5 years from now. I'm like, if I have to hold AMD, it's not the most ideal thing because honestly, I was thinking AMD would be $200 by now. So it's one of those things where it's whatever, like it's just taking longer. And sometimes in the market, 1 month can feel like 1 year. It really can. It can feel if you're down on it, it can feel like a long time. Um, but it's just one of those things where you just gotta get really good at holding your energy around the long-term perspective and game, knowing that you're going to just keep getting better and knowing that I could take a loss on it and put it into something else and probably have that money back sooner than just fucking waiting for AMD forever. But I'm I don't know. I'm just holding it. So I'm okay with that. And that is just where I'm at with that. As you can see, SMCY is still going. SMC, SMCI. Let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, it is below VWAP right now. See, so it is more bearish right now, but it is up quite a bit today in general. So that is just, just showing you some of these indicators to watch as you're trading. And with that being said, I think that was really all that I wanted to go over. I just wanted to go over some of these trades and just talk a little bit about each one, about where I'm at. And so a lot of these runners this week, you guys, they're done. You know what I mean? Like a lot, that's what I want to also just remind you about the day in momentum trades. Like a lot of the times when they run, they're done. That's why we got to trade the momentum, the trend. A lot of these are trash tickers. That's why you'll see me, you'll like in the Discord, I'll be like, trash ticker, Chinese ticker. These are more sketchy. You know what I mean? Like they're like the reason why they're running is because of the catalyst. So there's normally a PR that drops, and there's a lot of other traders alerting everybody, hey, like this could break out a certain level. So I'm like, all right, this break, you want it to break this level and you want it to hold. So sometimes it's a false breakout. Sometimes it's a false breakout. And sometimes it doesn't actually break out that level. So that's what you're looking for that break and then for the support because as it breaks through that specific level that I'll say like this is the breakout level, then once it does that, resistance becomes support. So now, as long as it holds above that line, as long as it holds above that breakout point, it's a good sign that it's going to keep going up. All right. So that's when you're deciding. You're like, okay, do I want to hold on a little bit more and see if it goes higher? Do I want to sell some of my shares now? That's why I'm saying scale your profits on the way up. So even if it's up 10%, it's like, okay, we'll sell some. You don't have to sell them all, like sell 5, sell 10, sell whatever, however many you got, sell a portion of them. And then leave some runners. So leave some in case it goes higher. And then in pre-market and after hours, remembering your stop loss will not trigger. So you gotta, in regular market only, your stop loss will work. You could just set your stop loss and just leave it. Pre-market, you have to have a mental stop loss, because otherwise it could dump and then you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, so just making a note after hours. And I don't normally play after hours. Once in a while, I'll pop in and I'll, share an after hours play. But normally my normal trading hours are pre-market and then a little bit after market open. Like I like to be trading till 10 a.m. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Today it was less. but other days it just kind of depends. But normally you can count on me being there consistently pre-market to 10 a.m. That is, consistently. And sometimes like I'll get off my desktop and then I'll be like trading on my phone a bit, and I'll be like, if I'm in something, then I'll see how it's doing. You know what I mean? I'll see how it's doing. Some of my long-term caps and things that I'm in, like I'll check in on them, but it doesn't take long. It's like it takes me a minute, to check in. Okay, cool. And then go do something else. So Nvidia is going higher. Let's go, Nvidia. AMD sucking balls as usual. Man, I was saying, so once they get a really, like, they need something strong. They need like a strong PR. They need something like real, like they just need something, because the shorts are going to get squeezed once this happens. Like it and it could fly 20-30 bucks like that really easy. It just needs it needs that momentum and that trend and that catalyst, because right now the shorts have control. Period. The shorts have control. They're beating it up, and until they get squeezed, which, I cannot wait for that day. I'm going to be so excited. Um then it will should reverse into a more bullish pattern. And that's with, any long-term stock that you're looking at, that you're watching. AMD, as you can see right now, it's almost back to VWAP. So right now it is bullish as it's coming up here. And if it goes above VWAP, if it closes above VWAP, then it's a very bullish sign that it's going to continue in after hours. And if it and tonight market closes 7 p.m. So after hours is from 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then it closes, for the weekend. But any trade that you're looking at, if it closes above VWAP, it's a bullish sign for Monday. If it closes below it, it's a bearish sign for Monday. So just making note of that. Palantir, look at Palantir. Oh my God, it's above VWAP. There it goes, higher. Palantir. Oh my God. I can't even. I can't even. BBAI is another one. That was a play today and for a few days now. Yep, wow. It's about to hit $9 again. Oh my God. Freaking crazy. So, yeah. With that being said, I want to celebrate, and I do. Do you have any questions or anything that you want to come on and share? Anything today, Christy? I would love to give you that opportunity if you have any questions or.
I didn't really have any questions, Noah, but it is exciting just to see it like, the way that you're seeing it and seeing your screen at the same time.
Hello?
So, oh,
I cannot hear you. For some reason, I cannot hear you.
hello? Can you hear me now?
You could put it in the chat. I don't know why I don't know why I can't hear you. Okay. Don't have any questions. Okay, well, if you do or anything, just make sure to um, you know, message in the chat or in the Discord community. Thank you. I appreciate that. And so I want to, of course, close this experience out by reminding you that this is not the end, and this is a journey, and we're going to continue this journey together. And I know I said it earlier, but since you're here, I want to just share that instead of the Facebook group, moving forward into the next round, I'm actually going to be I'm going to be starting. Yeah, I'm going to have a Telegram group. So I'm going to be doing audio wealth, identity, and embodiment riffs inside of the Telegram space. So that's going to be a really cool space to be moving forward. And then the Discord, of course, is for the alerts. So there will be two spaces. Obviously, we're going to keep the Messenger open for calls and things like that. If you I might add in an extra module or something. I like these live trading recaps. Like, what do you think about these live? Like, do you learn a lot by watching just in like real time with, what's going on and things like that? I think that that's a really good, okay, that's what I'm thinking because, the educational modules are very important also, but like, I think you really do learn more by just like doing it, right? Like by doing it and practicing and playing and like and checking out the charts and things like that. Um, so I'm really excited about that with the Telegram space that's going to be coming in the next round. I think that's going to be a really because you guys, my goal and my desire. Okay, I'm going to try to stop sharing my screen here. How do I do that? Oh, okay, stop share. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Um, my desire, of course, and focus is building the fast trading community, and that is what I really want to do. I want to, sisterhood and brotherhood because we have, well, I guess we have one guy, and he's actually a close friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. Jonah, you've seen him in the Discord. He is awesome, and he's just really loving the trading, and it's exciting having him inside of there. And I'm not a like I want it to be sisterhood and brotherhood and like just a community of people who are expanding together, trading together, just continuing to grow. And that is what I want with the Telegram and the Discord. So the masterclass coming up is going to be super good. You guys, I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for the masterclass. Feels very supportive. Yay. Well, good, because yeah, I want it to be supportive and I want it to be just like in just community. Like I just like the community part is so important, such an important piece. I feel like that support. So that is what I'm super excited to be bringing you. And moving forward, that the Magnetized Money Masterclass is on the 19th at 7 p.m. and that is going to be on my personal Facebook page. It's going to be really good. I'm super excited for that. If you would share the graphic with any friends or your audience, I'd really appreciate that. I switched my tagline to Awaken You Trading. All right. So just knowing that I did that, and I appreciate that. You're going to get extra entries into the giveaway. There's lots of prizes happening, plus a special prize for those who join me live, and it's going to be really good. So it's just keep that in the back of your mind. And the next round of this foundational experience, I am feeling around with how with the structure once again, like with the structure, what I'm leaning towards is just sharing more of like the educational modules just right away, and then having like maybe 3 live calls where we come together and even do some like coaching and things like that, like just more of the real time uh, community type of calls, like more of that kind of mastermind, like mastermindy type vibes. And then of course the Telegram community is going to be the riffs and all that. And yeah, so that next round is going to be the middle. I'm leaning towards like March 7th tentatively, or maybe a little bit later, maybe giving it 3 weeks to talk about it. And so maybe, like, I don't know, somewhere around there, like March 7th to March 15th, something like that is going to be when I'm going to be starting the next round. So with that being said, I appreciate you being here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I will be uploading this to YouTube and then sharing the replay inside of the Facebook group. And we will chat so soon. Thank you so much. Yes, you have a great weekend as well. I'm going to stop the recording now.